But the main reason we're doing news today is just to talk about the fact that there's this I'm Just Ken Christmas version of the song. It is incredible. Like, it's a great song. I love it. We're going to talk about the Oscar shortlists in a little bit, and I'm Just Ken is shortlisted for Best Original Song. But they found a totally different way into I'm Just Ken. And this little music video, I love the way it's shot, like the fluidity of the camera work. And Ryan Gosling is doing a totally different version of the song. It's very sultry, but also sad.
Yeah, it's I was thinking about just from a strategic point of view how like we're really getting into award season, and a lot of the traditional sort of for your consideration things are, you got your hosted screenings, you've got your billboards all over Los Angeles. I've been getting YouTube ads that are for your consideration ads for like Charles Melton in May, December. So this is, I think, a really shrewd way to make a viral music video. And even if older Academy members don't see it, it's going to put Barbie and this song and Gosling back in the conversation. Certainly younger Academy voters, of which there are a lot in the last few years. They've really made an effort to diversify their membership in a lot of different ways, including age. So this is a way to kind of slip in and get attention in a way that we don't normally see during award season. So kudos.
Kudos all around. Yeah, I was totally inspired. And so, yes, the Oscar shortlists are out. What that means is that in several different categories, 10 different categories, they have narrowed down the films that will then be eligible for those 5 slots, those 5 nominations. And so you get, couple dozen possibilities in all these categories. So we got the ones for documentary feature, international feature, hair and makeup, visual effects, original song. And of the original song contenders, 3 of those are Barbie songs. Of the 5 shortlisted Barbie spots there, 3 of those are original song for I'm Just Ken, Dance the Night, and What Was I Made For? And then Barbie missed out on a couple of categories that folks might have expected that they would be in, including hair and makeup and visual effects.
Now, I don't know my Oscar rules well enough. So
Okay.
if you know, tell me, and you can tell me in the comments if I'm getting this entirely wrong. I seem to recall that after that moment in the 90s where the Disney animated films were just like racking up multiple nominations per movie, that they changed the rules in the song category that you could only have like 2 nominated. So I get there being 3 on the short list, but I think there might be a limit to only 2 songs per movie. Again, I'm not I spend so much less time thinking about the Academy Awards than many of people that we know who operate here on the internet. So if I get that wrong, forgive me, but that's just my hazy recollection.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think of those 3 Barbie songs, the 2 I would imagine would get through are I'm Just Ken and What Was I Made For? I think I'm Just Ken is the best song of all of them, but
it's hard to say. I mean, like I thought Pink would have gotten in there too. So, who knows?
Who knows? But Oscar nominations are coming out on January 23rd. We will do a live stream that day. It was so much fun doing that last year that we will definitely do it again next year and just chat about everything. But also, in documentary feature, we had several films that we have talked about here, including Still, the Michael J. Fox movie, 4 Daughters, which I loved, is in there. 20 Days of Mariupol is in there. So a lot of good documentary choices. And then
not in there, however, is Frederick Wiseman's Menu Plaisir, whatever, Trois Gros, which I thought was great. And, the Academy they've given him an honorary Oscar, thank God, because they never nominate Frederick Wiseman. And I don't know what that's about.
Do you think they don't want to spend 4 hours watching this movie, possibly?
Maybe, but that's their loss because it's great.
It's also their job, right?
Yes. They also didn't nominate in the international feature category. They didn't nominate the 3-hour Argentine entry, The Delinquents, which is such fun. And it's a cool, like it starts out like a very no nonsense heist movie, but then it goes in all these other directions. And it's just like one of my favorite movies of the year. And I've not seen all the ones they did pick, but I'm still kind of, it crushes me that didn't make it through.
But the Zone of Interest is in there as the UK's nomination or their entry into the international category. That was, of course, our LA Film Critics pick for Best Picture and several other wins. So it's all out there. So we'll be following all this as it goes along. We've got to talk about Jonathan Majors really quickly. We don't want to get too deep into this, but just wanted wanted to be on record as acknowledging that he was convicted of assault and harassment, and Marvel quickly fired him afterward. It happened very, very fast. I suspect that they were on the precipice of it and just waiting for whatever happened. But I do wonder, though, if he had been acquitted, would they have still fired him as Kang? Because it's such a distraction to have this person who has this like negative swirl around him as the center of the next phase going forward. So
who can say? And they've also shelved Magazine Dreams, which Searchlight acquired out of this year's Sundance, rather, with definitely an eye to do a big Oscar push there. And that's, who knows if or when we'll ever see that one. Yeah,
but the thing with Kang is, because he is the center of a multiverse, you could just recast him. They recast Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle as Rhodey. It can be. They recast Edward Norton as Mark Ruffalo for the most of the Hulk.
And now we have a multiverse, so they can really just like all bets are off.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens there, but they moved very, very swiftly on that. Some exciting news that we were hoping for, but didn't know if it was going to happen, and that is the Gilded Age Season 3. Get out your big hat and celebrate. Get out your big poofy bustles. Now's the time to walk across the street to the Russell's house.
That's
grudgingly.
Right. Oh, I guess they've won again.
Yes. So we just finished recapping the Gilded Age over on our Patreon and found it very satisfying, the end of season 2, but figured like there are some places where, hopefully they have a season 3 because we'd like to see where it goes.
Yes, they very shrewdly like wrapped up a lot of storylines, because I think most throughout the history, anybody in television has no guarantee that a next season is coming up necessarily, with few exceptions. So they did that one of those sort of season enders, like, okay, we're done, we got it, but at the same time there's like a few little dropped tastes of things they could get to in season 3, and so I'm very excited to watch where we go with those, especially with the power dynamic in the Van Ryn home. Let's just say that.
Right. And what's going to happen with the young, cute servant with his alarm clock?
Yes.
Will he leave and go on to greatness as a tech guru? I want to know.
Will he be exploited ruthlessly by the robber barons? Who can say?
Right. What's going to happen with Larry and Marion? And will that force the Van Ryn and the Russell families to merge finally? So we will definitely recap that when that comes out, whenever it is. It just got renewed, so we don't know. And then if you're looking for our top 10 lists, they are out there in the world for your consumption. I have links to them down below in the description, but we will go more in depth with them when we come back in 2024. That first Friday, January 5th, 2024, we will do in-depth conversations about our best of and our worst of. Saw a movie this week that I think is going to end up in my worst of.
Me too.
Don't want to name any names or wade into those waters just yet.
Glub.
So we will come back with that. We would, of course, love to know what you have loved this past year. What did you see that was the worst movie of the year? We always love hearing from you guys. So fill us in, and we will see you in 2024. So thanks so much for being with us all this time.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year, everybody. We will catch up with y'all in January. Bye.